Hi, welcome to Peters Marine. We're going to take a few minutes to go over how to start up your engine, your boat, while you're in the driveway. Whether you want to do this before you go up to the lake or you just got nothing better to do and you want to start it up in the driveway for a little bit. There's a couple of quick pointers. Most of you are probably familiar with this, but there's always a good idea to go over this every once in a while. One of the first things you want to do when you start, before you start your engine up, is you want to get the drive down into what's called the trim range. Now you have two ranges, one called the trim, one called the tilt. The trim range only goes up so far. The tilt range, that's like for your trailer position. That's when it goes up all the way. Now I've already taken this down into the trim range. Keep in mind, don't go down too far. Have somebody check it on you so you don't go down too far and put this into the ground. The reason you want to do this is the gears, the prop shaft gears, the drive shaft gears that come through here and eventually down to the prop shaft have a universal joint. And you don't want that joint to bend too far. So you want to get this down into the safe operating range. What I'm going to do while Bobby keeps an eye on this, I'm going to go back up to the control lever and I'm going to take it up to the top of the trim range. And again, that's when it stops by itself. For most boats, then you have to go press a different button or you have to press the same button even harder. Okay, that stopped by itself. That's the top range of the trim position. So I can start the boat anywhere up to that point. Of course, further down is okay as well. What you might have to do for some boat trailer configurations, you might have to go up to the front of the trailer and wind the crank on your jack stand down a little bit, which in turn will actually raise the stern so you can get this down a little further. So make sure you get this down into the safe operating range. Once you start the engine, and we'll go over the starting, we'll actually do the starting all the way at the end of the video here so I can talk a little more. Once you start it, one thing you want to check is that you have water coming out. Now of course I'm going to have to hook up water to here, which we'll do that in a sec. But right here, I don't know if you can see that on the camera there, there's a hole. And there's a hole on the other side as well. This is the V6. V6 and V8 are very similar in that your water exhaust is going to come out of those two holes. It's just going to drop right down. If you have a 4-cylinder, it's only going to come out one side. So don't get confused if you have a 4 and go to start it, you've only got water coming out one side. That's okay, that's normal. It's only going to come out on that one side. Next thing, of course, that you're going to need is a flush kit. And this is just, some people just call them muffs, because it kind of looks like ear muffs. And you just hook it up to a garden hose. Slide it on until it covers up your intake. Try to get it about centered. And once we start it up, once you put water pressure on this, occasionally the water pressure might knock that off, so check that. And we're going to check this to make sure that stays on after you start the engine. And then just look for that water coming out, just as a double check. One other thing while when you have the engine started, it's okay to go ahead and rev it up some. You don't want to go crazy with it. 2,000 to 3,000 RPM or so, tops. Especially if you have it in gear. And it is okay to go in gear, but when you have a propeller on there, or even without a propeller, in this case it's even worse, that's going to spin up too fast. So keep the RPMs a little bit lower. But it is okay to rev it up some there. Again, checking, making sure that's all staying on there. Just a side note, when you do your shifting, whether you're shifting into forward or reverse, shift quickly. You have gears. When you shift into forward or reverse, these gears lock. They start out here and they come in together. It's going to make a loud clunk sound, especially when we're out of water. That's okay. That's a good thing. What you don't want is a slow shift, a slow getting into and out of gear, because what that will do is it'll allow those gears to grind, and you don't want that. So you want to clunk, you don't want to grind, clunk. That would be bad. Okay. I'm going to turn the water on. We're just about ready to start it up here. Again, main thing to check, down into the safe range. We've got water pressure. We're going to put water on there, so we'll have water coming in. Then you can go ahead and start it. So before I go up there, just looking, making sure those muffs are staying there. all there really is to starting your engine up. Making sure the water stays on, making sure the muffs stay on, get down into that safe range, and go ahead and start it up. And if you got any questions, certainly stop by or give us a call. Thanks.